significantly, is the word. And that's because you don't get the
Largesse of the
specs,
state.
the largesse. I did tell you that if there's anything that politicians in power enjoy, is the fact that they virtually don't pay for anything.
Yes. Yeah.
And we made it that way. We started with the president. The president can import anything and everything at no duty at all, free. So whenever containers are coming and they are stamped household of the president, office of the president, or nobody touches it.
Wow.
Right.
Does that explain why they often get out of touch? Perhaps we should revise that so that they equally pay what we pay. They buy their fuel.
They should pay taxes,
yes,
income tax on their salaries. Because, and I've heard proposals in that regard, that if we talk about leadership by example,
yes,
then the presidents must equally pay tax.
Absolutely.
Elsewhere, Obama invited a group of celebrities, right? And they spent some good time, quality time at the White House. Apparently, they spent out of budget, right? He had to personally pay for it. And it's not a difficult thing. You pay because there's somebody who takes an inventory.
Exactly.
You pay. It's basic.
I think that we have insulated our leaders from the problems. That's why most often they are out of touch. We have to find a way to bring them to reality.
That's the point.
Beyond the part where, for instance, fixing our roads, instead of fixing those, perhaps, well, like there again, it comes to the insulation.
Yeah.
If you are importing vehicles duty-free, you can just bring down a Land Cruiser with all the specs. And when you land into a pothole, you will not even feel it.
You won't feel it. You feel like you've just jumped small a little. See, back to the transition.
Yes.
Watching on television, it was deja vu for me. Because I was there the last time.
Even the president-elect said the same thing about it being a deja vu. When the president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, invited him to the Jubilee House. So that was the first stage. And he puts up a post on Facebook and says if the president invited him, and it feels like a deja vu.
Exactly.
And I mean, it's very interesting for the two of them.
Exactly.
One, at a point, you ushered one out and brought one in. The one you brought in is now ushering you in and going, and I mean, bowing out.
Yeah. And so, to me, that picture I saw on the screens, it's no different. The only difference is the sitting positions.
Yes.
So President Mahama in 2017 and 2016 actually, before we go to 2017, had invited Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo as president-elect. And interestingly, he went there wearing virtually the same thing that he's wearing without a tie, right? Yes. He went there with the white shirt
and the button was open at the top.
Exactly.
And he was in the company of Ofuriata, Osafo
Mafu, the senior minister eventually, right? And then he sat to the right side of the outgoing president, just as Mahama sat yesterday. And then where Mahama sat yesterday was where Akufo-Addo sat, and where Akufo-Addo sat was where Mahama sat. And in fact, there was even the need to conduct the president around the facilities there. This time around, that was needless.
Yes, he said he was already familiar.
That's like a former landlord returning to collect the keys.
It's a very, I said that it's a perfect illustration of when they say the people you meet on your way up are the same people you meet on your way down.
Most definitely.
Yeah, so.
There's another thing that was missing.
What?
The late Kwesi Bekwin Misata was also at hand to usher in then Vice President-elect, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And he also conducted him around the facilities there.
This time around.
Was missing.
Yes.
Because Jane Nano Pukajima actually needed that.
Yes.
She's new to the presidency, right? So Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ought to have conducted her around the facilities.
I think it's because he was equally a candidate in there. Or it didn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's true, really, because John Mahama then too was also a candidate.
Exactly. No? And of course, Emisata then
was a running mate.
Yeah, was a running mate. Right. So he was also on the ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sure the vice president has many things doing. Receiving.
Maybe he's
I've seen pictures of people groups that are meeting him, individuals, appear to the sound engineer. Yeah, I went to meet the vice president and he shared a picture. And he talked about the fact that there is a possible return for 2028. Yeah, so we get that. And then also, so that's with the transition. That's one. Yesterday, the former president and incoming president. It's a mouthful. So can we decide on how to describe it?
No, you do the president-elect. That's most recent, I think. Yeah,
president-elect. Okay, so said something that...
But it will take a while for us to get used to.
Yeah. Just as it took a while for us to get used to. Former president and flag bearer and many other things. Yeah, so now just very soon it will just be president. I think we should all agree that once you sit on that seat, right, and you are referred to as a president, just like as the Americans do, President Akufo-Addo, President Kufuor, President Jerry John. It's as simple as that.
You cannot force us. I beg you.
No, it's other people who catch feelings. So
for
instance, when we're saying President Mahama, they say we cannot have two presidents.
No, yes.
No,
but I'm saying that this is our society. That is what we have chosen. Let it be.
Okay, but I would still say, so from now on, I draw a line in the sand.
A sand in the line.
Anyway, President-elect John Dramani Mahama said something that was quite profound. He says he will treat the outgoing president with utmost respect.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we've not had.
Yeah.
And that's what we should have. So I
wish. John Kufuor did have it under John Mahama.
Yes, when he left power. No,
under Mills and John Mahama.
Yes, under Mills and John Mahama. Yeah, I get that. So the point I'm making is that if Akufo-Addo is entitled to an official accommodation for office, facility for office, he should be given. If he's entitled to official place of residence,
I mean, it is not. You should not.
Drama is needless.
And then do not use it to settle personal scores.
That's my point.
I think I saw a post yesterday on Facebook where someone said one advice he would give to the incoming government is that do not use the office, do not use the opportunity to settle personal scores.
Yes,
personal scores. Do not use that.
Yeah.
And so
but national scores are welcome.
Of course, scores that are in the interest of the country. Why not? We would all embrace it. No. But when it is evident that it is witch hunting, not the political parties labeling it as witch hunting, but when it is evident in terms of the evidence at hand that this is witch hunting, that is not the best.
And I'm sure those who just became conscious of the political environment will be wondering what we're talking about. So the former president and now president-elect is occupying his own office accommodation and he's paying for it. He acquired his own personal office accommodation. He's living in his own private residence. That's because there was, through this transition period, just like this 8 years ago, a letter was leaked. And that was what welcomed ushered in the incoming administration. It's about how greedy the outgoing president was and that he had chosen to live where he was living. Meanwhile,
there had been an agreement.
There was an agreement.
Yes.
And it's interesting to note that the outgone senior minister is no longer part of this transition team. He ought to have been there because Julius Debra is still there. As to how the agreement was reached, but of course the chief of staff is there, right? This time around, they should do better and they should do right by Ghanaians. When agreements are reached, the terms must be respected. Simple. And then you get and deal with the bigger things. These are peripherals. These are needless things. Deal with the bigger things. The big ticket decisions. Not office accommodation. Where is this guy living?
Well, let's go to what the papers are reporting this morning. The Daily Graphic newspaper, front page. Government will fully support transition process. President Akufo-Addo assures.
The outgoing president says John Dramani Mahama has been his friend, his bosom friend for 20 years. Let that sink in.
Other stories. Will renegotiate IMF World Bank deals. President-elect Mahama. Return official vehicles by January 3, 2025. Akufo-Addo direct appointees.
Good move.
They don't want any now, which hunting, car hunting.
But the cars will be hunted. That one, I get that vibe from social media.
People will be driving and they'll stop them in the middle of the road and they'll be checking their chassis numbers and everything.
So Nite Kotego, I think so far as the evidence on social media is concerned, Charles Nite Kotego is the first to return his official vehicle. But you see, unfortunately for him, the conversation is not about the fact that he has returned his official vehicle. He's an assistant at the office of the president. I'll get the designation. The conversation is about the kind of car he was using, given the portfolio he was holding. And that if somebody in that portfolio was driving a V8, then that explains where we are today in terms of our economy. And that's a general conversation.
Yeah.
Now, the president, and like I said, kudos to the president, has reinforced a directive that he issued in 2020. Now, you know,
and you don't buy office
to buy their salon vehicles, not the four-wheel drives, the salon vehicles, right? So some officers come with either a Prado or a Land Cruiser, and that's for your cross-country travels. But for your internal movement, you are given a salon vehicle. Now, when you are going, it is discounted or evaluated at the prevailing rate, and then you are asked to pay for it. President Akufo-Addo says no. Nobody should be allowed to purchase such vehicles. So leave it and leave. Some have interpreted it to mean that, okay, he feels his appointees did not help him or the party to win power. So it's their punishment. Regardless of how you look at it, it's a good move. Because at least the vehicles will be at the disposal of the states. That's it.
Other stories, economic growth 7.2% in third quarter. They say it has returned to pre-COVID era.
Yeah.
And the president made reference to it at the ceremony.
Just so you take note.
Yes, and then the president-elect said, I mean, he does appreciate that, but they would also cross-check when they come.
They will do their own calculation.
Yes, they'll do their own. They'll also cross-check. So
how times change and things remain the same.
Absolutely. NPP calls on stakeholders to condemn post-election violence. And
yes, we condemn it in no uncertain terms.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes,
and
unthinkable.
We expect the security agencies to act. So far, 107 people have been arrested, and that is the way it should go.
Yeah, the Dampare boys are at work.
Yes. Back page of the Daily Graphic, Latter-day Saints renovates, equips, and equips facilities at Tamale's children's home. And then military cautions public against attacks. So yes, they issued a statement yesterday cautioning the citizenry against attacking officers. I'm done with the Daily Graphic.
Yeah, I'm wondering why anybody would do that.
I think it's with the Obuasi.
Yeah.
The video.
Okay, that was before.
Yeah.
Yes, now you dare not. Have you seen the pink sheet from Bema camp? And we told that was not the military people voting. It's a pink sheet for the election day. So it's their family members.
Oh dear.
Oh wow. Charlie. Anyway. It's times and seasons, they say. The Ghanaian Times this morning is the first paper I have. Transfer of political power. 18-member transition team inaugurated. President Akufo-Addo, President-elect Mahama, call for cooperation among members. Yeah.
If there's anything, I think the president-elect needs some rest.
Yeah, he has.
He's exhausted. You could see, I mean, not beyond seeing, you could hear.
Yeah.
You could. I mean, crisscrossing the country can be a lot.
And doing so consecutively for 8 years. And you do that 3 times in every electoral season. Yeah, so after your defeat, you go for a thank you tour. And then for your internal elections, you tour the country. And
look, like it's so tedious to run for office in this country.
Yeah, it is. Whoa. It is. There's a sound from Michael Quay Jr. who played. He's eventually conceded. So, yeah. After the party held some internal meeting. Sometimes, you know...
he has conceded now?
Yeah, he has. And in his concession speech, he was advising party supporters. To them, say, ya boka, right? Ya huiskegu, eka ya bono, ya semre, but we have life, right? To wait, we've wasted resources. We've wasted our time. But
no, they've lost
life.
I don't think they've wasted. They know that they've lost resources.
Okay, when you play it in G, you can then interpret it for them. But in a sense, that's what he meant, right? Kaya Bono. You see?
Boka. As in, they run into debt. It's not that they've wasted money.
So, if you run into debt and you're unable to recover, what have you done?
It's not wasted money. is just money that you lost. You didn't waste it.
Yeah, you're doing well.
Charlie, we also need rest too, just like the candidates. Oh, Charlie, as I'm sitting here, only God knows.
Yeah. It is what it is.
It's not easy.
Not at all. So we are told that the way that people have said is conclusive. It's not conclusive. In fact, I've seen the Form C something. Charlie, it's not easy.
So see, it's not conclusive as in
there's no way. The Jerry Ahmed has not won, and they are still fighting it out.
Yes.
And I've seen the figures that were written. If those figures were anything to go by, then Jerry Ahmed lost. Anyway, so NDC has set up a seat recovery team led by Sam George.
Hey,
Parliamentary seat recovery team.
You guys, I keep saying that we must learn.
Yeah.
1 minute you're here.
Yeah, the other minute.
The next minute.
No, I'm nowhere.
Yeah. 1 minute you have so much power.
Yeah.
The next minute you seem to be at the mercy of someone else.
At our mercy. For the next 4 years, we will be the voice of the voiceless. We are the voice of the voiceless, period.
Because I'm really thinking about it. Well,
yeah,
I will not understand.
Yeah, and it's like I said, the script is the same. It's just the actors. Yeah. But we'll be here.
I hope that we will not be here in the next cycle.
No, when the director yells cut, we will not be here.
You know,
Right, so that's also another one here. No acquisition of official government vehicles by appointees. President, kudos to the president once again. Ghana records 7.2% growth in the third quarter of 2024. An effort to halt post-election violence. Please deploy more men nationwide, men and women nationwide, to clamp down on perpetrators.
They probably could have said boots, though.
Law and order.
They could have said boots.
Yes.
And they will cater for all of us.
Yes. I've had to edit. My gender advocacy instincts had to kick in. So, yes, police deploy boots. More boots nationwide. But ladies wear boots.
They all wear.
Thank you.
Once you're in the force, that's what I mean, they don't have like slippers or sandals for girls.
No. Do they have mook? You know mook?
No.
Yeah. You don't know mook?
I know mook. It's not heels.
Yeah. Anyway, back page. Work begins on. Work begins.
On what? By this time? Work begins
on 37-year-old abandoned amphitheater at Fijai. You know, there's only one amphitheater in Ghana, right? And that's
Commonwealth, yes.
Yeah, it's for us. The only city after the Vatican City.
Would you guys even use it?
Yeah, the theater art people use it.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
how many times?
They do. Anyway, George Quay has been writing. You know, he led the creative team in support for Baumia. I think this guy was also there. Oh, this guy, Arnold. Arnold, and a few others. Yeah. He has said, they should get ready to be trolled. Don't catch feelings.
Absolutely.
Like Prince David was saying, and he's not telling us that.
Someone replied in his
cousins. He left the phone with his cousins.
Tell that to the Marines.
Even the Marines will not listen to that.
Yeah. Are you done with that?
I think I'm done with the Ghanaian Times.
Hey, Ibrahim, I'm hungry.
Early this morning. Where did you sleep last night?
I slept home. What
on
are you
your
talking
bed.
about?
No.
I'm not serious. The Daily Guide newspaper front page. Don't retain state cars. Akufo-Addo to appointees. Reverse illegal declarations. NPP to EC. Oh, I saw Afenyo shouting. Like.
The job.
So even though they didn't sit on the minority seats, they've gone into the minority.
I look forward to next week. Is it the 16th? Oh, expenditure and leave of operation. That ought to be done. Government will try to get the two Supreme Court justices.
Do you foresee it passing?
I don't. I don't. Unless, but I think President Mahama can renominate them. if you so wishes. Hey, but Charlie, I think we should just take a sip, right? Sit back and just watch the Akufo-Addo second term all over again. Like, just sit back and just watch it. Like everywhere, from Parliament, everywhere. Because we've talked many firsts in everything. Many firsts. Look at Parliament. Look, I was just listening to Mahama saying they will not go to, NDC people will not go to Parliament. And, who played back? He sounded prophetic. He said, no problem. They say they won't agree that we are majority, right? They should wait. After the elections,
you'll see the real majority. So, Daily Guide, the other stories here, you have my support for smooth transition, Nana tells Mahama. And media hailed for elections coverage. Roman father congratulates Mahama. And CSOs commend IGP's anti-violence strategy. And yes, yesterday they went to meet Dampare. Dr. George Ekufu Dampare.
You want Dampare to stay?
Well, it's totally up to the decision.
No, but what I know is that he doesn't intend staying.
Let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
Mahama should invest in youth football. Okay? And TT Brothers host South African commissioner. Hey, TT Brothers, they're there?
Yeah.
Imape net 50th UCL goal and Saudi Arabia hosts 2034 World Cup. That's it for the Daily Guide newspaper.
You know, there are two famous brothers in this country.
TT Brothers.
And then Irani brothers.
Yeah. Irani is Flour.
Yeah. Most famous brothers.
They're in Tema.
Yeah, they're in Tema. Yeah.
Irani
brothers and the TT brothers. All the other brothers are fake. Yeah, or there's no. Okay, I don't have brothers anymore. Yeah. So,
dear Lord.
The Daily Statesman this morning. MPP charges NDC to end post-election vandalism. Yes. End it. DBA, and of course, I've seen the trolls, and the DBA has found his voice again. DBA's voice never left. But this is the new GBA. This is Fuagate GBA.
And they've issued a statement.
Yes, and then everybody are all over social media. They are commending first of all the country for the successful elections and condemning the post-election violence and the looting and then the vandalism.
No, but this is expected.
In fact, even the sleeping GBA issues a statement.
Oh no, this one they may not have.
No, I'm saying that. They did. They did.
It's just that you should expect a more vibrant GBA now.
Now, yes, it's because it's a Fuagate GBA.
And it's a
good. It's a good start.
Yeah, so it's expected.
You see, a sleeping GBA never helps anybody.
Yeah.
So that's okay.
It will keep the government on its toes. So
it keeps all of us on our toes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very important.
Thank you.
The job is a job.
Reality. Reality will determine the way forward. President-elect Mahama declares. Yes. And I had the former president-elect talk. I think when the Assemblies of God people visited him, the problems are enormous. The country is in crisis, so we need more prayers. Yes, the prayers are good, but trust me, we cannot relegate our responsibility to divine. No.
Yeah.
So, yes, prayers are good. Trust me, I believe in prayers. But that must not lead the charge.
Of course.
Action.
Definitely.
Must lead the charge. Good.
So you talked about...
If we didn't allow Akufo-Addo to just pray his problems away, I'm not sure we'll allow Mahama to pray his problems away.
So what are we going to do to the cathedral? Hey.
I think we should turn it into a world-class cancer treatment center for kids. Ejai has experience. He can design one like that. He designed one. Anyway, you're going to say something.
Aisha says there's original 3 sisters.
Oh, yes. That's her. And then the mother, and then, come on. Of course. Because I was talking about brothers. And I agree on all fours on that. They came together, put together resources, invested, and trust me, their children are carrying this on. Kudos to Aisha's mothers, right? You know, in Islam, your mother's sisters are equally your mother. So you have your bigger mother, your smaller mother, and all the mothers. Yes. So Aisha, you're right. 3 sisters. They are into
I also know
forex.
3 sisters. I know 3 sisters, but that one is not human being, it's dress.
Yes, like pleat. The one you call
it's
pleat. It's not pleat, eh?
So it's
it's modeled around mini skirt.
Hey.
Right?
I said men are okay. Modeled around mini skirt. Okay, you describe it.
Okay, so the 3 sisters. It was quite long. So first layer, second layer, and then the third layer. Right?
Okay,
and then you guys decided to cut it short.
cut it short way. This guy,
it is what it is. So the other headlines here. National Transition Team inaugurated. Yeah, so moving forward, you see, this is another thing you should know. Daily Statesman, the editorial policy will change. Daily Guide, the editorial policy will change.
Yes, prepare.
Ghanaian Times, it will change. It will favor NDC. It will favor NDC. Ghanaian Graphic will favor NDC. Chronicle will try to stay in between, right?
Oh no, they will not stay in between.
They will try. Trust me.
Not try.
Trust me, they will try. Trust me, they will try. And Daily Post will be Daily Post. Herald will be Herald. Informer, we cannot tell. Informer belongs to Wekuanyido. It went.
Hey.
Anyway, trust us to keep everybody else in check. Here.
Well.
Right here. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Are you done?
Yeah, National Transition Team inaugurated. Yeah, we are done.
Okay. The new Crusading Guide is here, but okay. The new Crusading Guide too.
No, they will still stick to the script.
There'll be Crusading Guide.
Yes.
Front page, U.S. Secretary of State congratulates President-elect John Mahama. EC suspends collation of results in Ablekuma North over security concerns.
Oh, no, they was done. The statement came. You know, I was there.
What statement was that?
It was so belated, eh?
10th.
Meanwhile, subsequently, it had been done and then the winner declared. Maybe it was needed for something.
Or it was scheduled.
Yeah.
Thoughts of EU ambassador on Ghana's 2024 elections. Hey, Ghana, you did it again. Yes, we did it again. We did it before. We did it again.
Hey, we did it
before. We did it again. Huh?
I do it before. I did it before. I do it again.
I did it before. We did it before. We do it again. But we've done it. So
we did it before. We do it again.
Never mind. It's okay. Stop vandalizing state property. NPP tells NDC. Akufo-Addo promises smooth transition. Akufo-Addo directs appointees to return all government vehicles. That's it for the new Crusading Guide.
They're going to kill this morning. Akufo-Addo, JM, discuss security matters. Yes, and then I saw a picture of the president handing something over to the incoming president.
Notebooks.
Yeah. What could be there?
It's a handing over notes.
Oh, wow. They can't type it?
No, say you have to symbolize it. Maybe today nothing is
there might be nothing in there, right? Or the president might be there like this. Some notes. Yeah. Yeah. And then the pen, the ink used will be green. You know, the president used green pen. Yeah. CBG.
It could be why Ghana is green.
CBG restarts foreign currency trade.
Could it be why Ghana is green?
Yeah. I think the green is our vegetation.
Oh.
So the president have always been signing with vegetation.
Green.
Yeah, green.
Okay.
Green. Yeah. CBG restarts foreign currency trade. CBG. I don't envy them at all. Anyway, election disturbances.
What do you mean?
Police adopt restraint strategy to handle hooligans. Yeah, and I think CSO's called on Dampare, right? There's a picture here of Dampare and then IDEC boss, Dr. Emmanuel Akweti. Yeah, here. Quotation for this morning. Daniel, is it Daniel that was in the Lions Den, eh? Yeah. Daniel in the Lions Den. Oh, okay.
I am Daniel in the Lions Den.
You
remember that
song? Yeah, it's a reggae song.
What's the guy's name?
Lions in the... Oh, it's a Ghanaian.
Yes.
Charlie, load it for us. Ima.
I don't remember the artist's name.
If
you remember his name.
Oh, you know. Oh, he's one of the most sought after Ghanaian reggae musician.
Hey.
Oh yeah, Daniel in the Lions Den. Just type that one. You find him. Load it for us. Yeah, Daniel 221. Master J is there too. Why are we been struggling? the Daniel 221. The changes. He changes times and seasons. He removes kings and sets up kings. There's Printer's Devil. Let me get the quotation properly because the vision here is blurred. The quotation, you see, whether you can see it. The vision is blurred. But so Daniel 2:21, right?
He changes times and seasons.
Daniel
he removes kings and sets up kings.
21.
He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to those who have understanding.
So here is it. He changes times and seasons. He removes kings and sets up kings. He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to those who have understanding.
That's what I read.
Yes. So times and seasons.
So my eyes are better than yours.
Most definitely in this instant. Right.
My eyes are better than yours.
It's good. Fortunately, we are all not using glasses.
I hear you.
So that's for the transition that we are in.
Okay.
So I told you that Chronicle, when the book answer is not editing, might go this way or that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he endorsed, of course, about me, and he didn't hide that.
Yes.
And that's actually allowed. Elsewhere, in fact, there was an editor of the New York Times who resigned because she was stopped from endorsing Kamala Harris, right? Later did she know that she was being helped.
Are you done?
The Daily Dispatch is the final 1.5.
Is it your turn? You just finished Chronicle.
It's
my turn.
Yeah, it's your turn.
So the Insight newspaper front page, Mahama, his first 120 days social contracts with the people of Ghana. Obesima Foundation congratulates Professor Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman.
Felix Bell.
Felix Bell.
Felix Bell. Thank you, Paco.
It's Felix Bell.
Yeah.
Obesima Foundation congratulates Professor Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman on her election as first female vice president of Ghana, and group calls for ministerial appointment for James N. Wizzy. They started.
Yes, you know.
Group calls for ministerial appointment for James N. Wine.
James N. is one of the NDC executives.
From where?
From somewhere.
Kepa Omahene calls for calm amid heightened political tensions. And Ghana's new dawn, high expectations for Mahama's second term. All right. That is it for the Insight newspaper.
Ben Epson's Daily Dispatch might also stay in the middle. Might.
Charlie, at this point, I've come to a conclusion.
Which conclusion is that?
If you're a government in power, especially the second term.
Yeah. Be saving more. Or
no.
What? You should do what?
And it's okay, I'll tell you later.
Tell listeners. Listeners want to know. Daily Dispatch this morning. Mahama calls for calm. Condemns attacks. Exactly. You see, we have returned. Mahama calls for calm. Condemns attacks on public property after 2024 elections.
We are waiting for January 2025.
Yeah. The violence.
Where the explanation for the polls will come.
Yeah, he's actually writing a book.
Yes.
Yeah.
To be.
But I engaged him. He talked about the fact that apathy dislodge everything.
Oh, yes, what destroy everything?
What destroy everything?
What destroy everything? So,
I don't catch feelings. So these things are allowed, though. The violence and death recorded during 2024 elections, with the defeat of MPP in Ghana, Africa has seen 5 transfers of power in 12 months. I think somebody had indicated that governing parties were not in a very good place relative to what was happening.
They say governing parties don't lose elections. They
hand it over.
Yes.
So, but like, how easy will it be for you to just pick power and hand it over to somebody? Mm-hmm. Because in 2016 we had that. We didn't lose. No, in fact, they didn't win. We handed it over to them.
Yes.
Right. And the scripts have turned this time around. So our own people did not vote.
Oh.
So, and Musa Nankwa yesterday, he had mentioned that if the floating voters had voted the way he expected, it would have been worse. But come on, what could have been worse than this? Charlie, when you see, sometimes we misuse words.
Hey, so we could have gone 275.
Can you imagine, like, MDC having 275, and then
this one day, it was serious.
But the seat in Parliament is scary. And so they're waking up to Wajak Bawi, because it means in Netaka too. Even that. Wow.
Oh well, let's make progress. Are you done?
The other headlines here. There are no other headlines.
Wow, this guy cry. Let's go to the portals. Let's see what starfm.com.gh is reporting. Starfm.com.gh front page. ASAP warns of looming crisis in Ghana's...
Okay. Sorry, before we go. James Enu is actually the NDC's MP elect for Tema West. For the first time, he won the seat. That's how kind of people are saying that. But you see, and then all the first time MPs from the Lions Den, see, so Esla's constituency, for instance, the Reverend who also want to be MP, Kion who want to be MP, who want to be minister, Baba Sadiq who want to be minister, John Domelo who want to be minister, who else?
I mean, they should tread cautiously.
They should tone down.
They should tread cautiously. Basically, that's it.
Tone down.
So
yesterday,
ASAP wants of what?
The incoming president described Arthur Forson as a majority leader, and he quickly said, "Okay, let me hold on. I don't know where he will go."
He said I don't. He says in order not to stir controversy, incoming majority leader.
Yeah. So meaning that his mind is made up. That Arthur Forson will remain.
Usually it's like that. If you are either leader in opposition, you will become the leader in government.
Yeah.
So we can assume that perhaps Apenyo will become minority leader, or you are picking signals
it won't be bad, but the MPP has always given the party to the Ashanti region whenever it's in opposition.
Okay.
Because regardless of how green the country turned, the overwhelming majority of the seats in the Ashanti region still rests with the NPP.
Okay.
Yeah. So it counts. Unless the party this time around wants to do their unconventional things. Because we are not in normal times. You know that for a fact.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. ASAP warns of looming crisis in Ghana's energy sector. Post-elections, CSOs commend Dampare's efforts to maintain peace and order. And other stories here. Supreme Court dismisses Bakavomawa's interpretation requests. Post-election violence, EC must reverse illegal declarations of Penyo marking. Return all state vehicles by January 3. Presidency to outgoing appointees. And photos. Mahama meets Akufo-Addo to begin transition process. And Ashanti Region Ghana Water Company Limited threatens to shut down in 48 hours to protest demolition of its facilities. Oh, Charlie.
Yeah, I'm told and a private developer have you realized that power supply has been unstable? There's a statement from WAPCO that they've had to shut down their gas supply facilities because of a mechanical problem, one. And so there's a joint statement from ECG and GridCo informing us about the development. At least for nothing at all now, ECG and GridCo can issue statements and speak to the statement.
Together.
Yeah. No, like speak to the statement, right? At the point it became difficult for us to be updated as consumers of electricity. I hope the incoming administration doesn't allow that. You see, sometimes, right, when you paint the correct picture to the people, they will be empathetic and they know how to structure their own lives. But sometimes when state agencies are stopped from updating us about the real situations at hand, it becomes problematic. And here I'm speaking for all the public relations people who are professionals, but for one reason or the other, they are unable to engage us as they ought to. That must change. Good.
All right. Are you
City
done?
Newsroom. Deliver on promises. Leave a legacy of accountability. Guess who's speaking?
Who's that?
Domelevu to Mahama. Abolish SML, Ejapa royalties contract, CSOs to Mahama. Oh, that one there. I think the contracts themselves have abolished. There are a number of things. So, for instance, Ejapa and what have you. Okay, they add SML. Okay, you see, sometimes this is where care must be taken so we don't incur unnecessary judgment.
Yes, they should not be in a hurry to just be abrogating contracts.
Yeah,
study it
exactly properly.
Yeah, and see where the options are or where the loopholes are,
and stick to the terms of the contract for termination.
Yep.
Is there? I remember some of the AGM agreement, for instance, and many others. The power purchase agreement. In my engagement with Dr. Kamara Donko, he had mentioned that the terms of disengagement are there.
Yes.
Just follow it, and then we will not have to pay anything more. So I beg, it's good that you have legal brains on the transition team, and then you have that AG himself is on the transition team, And then Mahama Ayariga is also on the transition team. Yeah, so at least whatever school will meet whatever school, they should try things out, right? Good.
Finally.
Count on my cooperation. During transition.
Okay.
During transition period, Mahama tells Akufo-Addo.
All right.
And let's build a nation that inspires others.
Amen.
Akufo-Addo. That's
Amen.
his parting message.
Amen.
Yeah. Provide maximum security at collation centers, MPP to IGP.
Okay.
President-elect Mahama to renegotiate IMF, World Bank deals. That's a given.
Okay.
Our democracy is safe. And usually, they are amenable to such negotiations.
Especially when the governments change.
There's a new sheriff in town. Yeah.
There's a new sheriff in town.
Yeah.
Sheriff in town.
Okay. You are going to play a lot of songs, right?
I'm telling you, there's a new it's true.
GRA denies auctioning vehicles. You see, the scammers wanted to take advantage. Yabi has said nobody should go out with the car. So the automatic conclusion will be that those vehicles might be auctioned. So the scammers have issued a statement that GRA is auctioning vehicle. And they will tell you that pay to this, pay to that before you realize your money is gone. I beg from now till don't buy any auction vehicle. Nobody is auctioning anything. Nobody is auctioning anything. Akufo-Addo must hold transition until all parliamentary results are announced. Frank, I know, don't pray.
You know, when I saw that story, I said it's a case of the two women who went to King Solomon with the baby, and the one who the baby did not belong to said to settle the matter they should kill the surviving child because hers had died, and she was claiming that the surviving one is hers.
Yeah. She actually didn't say they should kill. They said they should divide the child into two.
Masa,
no, the child might not have died.
Because if you are dividing into two, don't be die.
And then the real mother said no. Give it to her.
Give it to her. So this one.
So Mama should say no. Let's not hold the transition. You guys remain in power.
Okay, his whole party will finish him. Say, Masa. Feel more steady. Anyway, are you done now?
It is what it is. I'm done.
Vim Yazu.
Vim.
All right. Thank you very much, Ibrahim Alasan, for the newspaper review segment. Don't move. We will be right back after this.